260 public. Donald Trump pooped in the McDonald's deep fryer and got everybody sick.
Ew.
Mm-hmm.
He gave me E. coli. I think I actually did get E. coli from it. I had insane diarrhea Wednesday and Thursday and just stomach cramps all this weekend while I was watching. I had the baby to myself, and we went to McDonald's. I think it was like Tuesday, because we picked my daughter up from school, went out for a walk, and it was like 6:30. We were like, oh shit, it's kind of late. We're kind of hungry. And like, we didn't really want to get anything else. And McDonald's is on the way home. So I was like, I guess we'll do that. That's fine. You never get sick from McDonald's.
Did you get a quarter pounder?
We did get a quarter pounder. We got
that's the mistake. That's the main thing. You should have got a McChicken. I always get the McChicken.
I didn't know. Well, we got the they had the chicken Big Mac, and we were like, oh, that sounds like bad, but kind of interesting. So like, let's split that and then like get a quarter pounder and just split that, and then like a small fry and like split that, and we'll be fine.
Kai Cenat burger.
Yeah, and so we got the quarter pounder. I never get a quarter pounder. Like I always, if I just get
so much.
Yeah, but like, I mean, a Big Mac is fine. No, it's not.
I'm like half your size.
Yeah, that's probably why I'm like, that's like a nice burger for me.
But you got to be real hungry, especially if you're getting fries and a drink.
Quarter pounder of cheese. It's about half a pound, I think. Dumb fuck doesn't even like listen to the name.
Well, something lighter, like a third pounder.
They used to sell that. They used to sell the Angus burger back when I worked there.
Well, if you get 2 patties on a quarter pounder, I guess, right? That would be.
Well, it's only a half pound. That's smaller.
Yeah.
2 smaller than 3, or smaller than 4. That was the Amerifat thing, right? Like why the third pounder didn't sell is people thought it was smaller than a quarter pounder.
Smaller. That's what they say, but I think people just didn't want it because it's the same as like the Little Mac. People just get so used to what they have that like they don't want to order like a third pounder.
Bro,
I don't want that.
McDonald's is stupid. They should be releasing stuff more often. Like it could be the same thing. You could do like. You could just do one where it's a burger with one extra ingredient or one ingredient taken away and call it the McBurger, and people be like, "Oh shit, gotta try
That's
this."
the Krabby Patty, man.
Yeah, literally.
Yeah, the Krabby Patty's like nothing.
Yeah, it's a secret sauce, which I think is just like mayo.
They don't even give you a cool thing. It should be in like a SpongeBob wrapper, and it should come with like a Squidward thing.
They give you a sheet of stickers, and our good friend Mike Outlaw didn't get his.
That's some bullshit.
No.
He had an edit in his video of the review of it, by the way. Like, awesome YouTube review reviewing the Krabby Patty, fucking 1 month after it came out? Like, what the fuck, man? Like, it's crazy. He thinks he's a food reviewer, and every single person who even knows who Mike Outlaw is has already tried the Krabby Patty. They were all in the comments saying, "Why'd you even do this? It sucked. You're late, and it sucks. and fuck you."
Yeah, and he's still like, every time he brings up SpongeBob, he gets all the stuff wrong. Like he thinks the Krabby Patty is the name of the restaurant, and like I think he called Plankton Gary.
Update to that, yeah, he did. Update to that, he does know it's called the Krabby Patty now from the Krusty Krab, but he uploaded the original video with the Krabby Patty, and it was a C in Krabby. And he got a bunch of negative comments about it, so he changed it. And then he changed it while he was at work, which is even funnier to like take time out of his workday to do.
It's like, god damn, like just don't even do it.
He went back to Wendy's from his house, where he's eating this patty, to get his sheet of stickers
for a show he's never seen because he was 23 when it came out.
Oh, I believe that he's seen it. Like, I 100% believe that he's seen it. And that he like loves SpongeBob. I also believe that he knows nothing about it. He's retained 0 pieces of information from anything he's consumed in the last like 40 some years.
He knows about SpongeBob how I know about He-Man. I've seen the fucking 4 Non-Blondes video, and that's He-Man.
Or like the way I know about Phineas and Ferb. Like I've seen like a 30-second clip of it, and I've seen people referencing it, but it wasn't really from my time.
I worked at Target when it first came out.
One of the Portuguese GeoGuessr pros always tells Rainbow he looks like Ferb from Phineas and Ferb, and on one of the like 100K view World Cup streams, he held up a picture of Ferb behind the interview.
Trolling.
It was good. It was fun. It's all in good fun.
Fucked up.
Yeah, I would kill him. If anybody did that to me, I'd fucking kill him.
Yeah.
If I was Rainbow, I would make an enemy of that guy, and I would find out where he lives.
Yeah.
in Portugal.
That's probably hard to do.
Rainbolt and I, we doxed him and we're trying to get him fired, but everybody's
Nice.
drunk off wine when we call because they're all Portuguese.
The Portuguese used to be really good at GeoGuessr. They used to go all around the world and circumnavigate it and find all these
They were
little
actually
places.
really bad. That's why everything's called Indians here.
Yeah, they were also bad at the same time. And then they
Well-
lost all those trade routes to the Dutch and the British.
Bro, that one guy's name was Magellan. He was named after a GPS and he got lost still.
Then they got mogged by Brazil, their own colony. It was
Yeah.
pathetic.
I'd hate to get mogged by Brazil.
And I guess it happened to Britain too, but not as early.
True. Fuck Britain as well.
Yeah, fuck them. After World War II, we became the big guys. We became Britain. And they became our colony.
Mm-hmm.
Well, they have Monty Python.
They did have Monty Python. That was their cope.
In the mighty booch.
Mm-hmm. Right, that's right.
Hey, Chet,
What's up?
can you tell me the episode today, 260? What's the area code? What's the area code for? Time's up. I'll tell you.
Youngstown, Ohio.
Fort Wayne, Indiana.
Shit.
Wow.
I was
Home of
just
the
about
Mad
to say
Ants.
that.
Looking into some notable people from there. Let's check it out. Wow, do you remember we were talking about George Washington Carver and how that's the voice, you know how we were just talking about that, how that's like the occupation? There's a man from Fort Wayne named George Washington Whistler who is a train engineer that built steam locomotives and railroads.
Damn.
Oh, come
okay.
on. That's not real.
I am dead serious. I just saw the name and then it connected from the last episode. I'm going to link it. This man's name is George Washington Whistler. Exactly spelled like that, and he's a fucking locomotive guy. In 1842,
Interesting.
Tsar Nicholas I hired him to build the St. Petersburg to Moscow Railway.
No one names their kid after the president anymore. I guess the presidents aren't as good anymore. Like, are there a lot of like Franklin Roosevelt Jones or something?
He only lived 48 years. That's kind of an L.
Yeah, it is a L.
Like, I don't think a lot of people name their kid George Bush and then the last name, or Bill
No.
Clinton, or maybe there's some Barack Obama something else. Donald Trump. I wouldn't want to name my kid Donald Trump.
I was looking at the date, Tom, and I'm like, damn, this guy died in Russia he was in Russia during World War II. Then I'm like, never mind. He was there 100 years before, and he died.
Just a couple years before.
1849.
Yeah, 100 years before was World War One.
Damn, he was in St. Petersburg in 1849, though. That's a cool time to be there.
Yeah, right after the revolutions of 1848. Lots of stuff going on in Europe. All the fallout from the end of the post-Napoleonic peace.
There's a baseball player that played in the 1900s from Fort Wayne named Rabbit Nil.
Oh, okay.
Hey, he was fast.
Oh yeah, or he rapped.
That was a guy's
Yeah,
name.
he was a rapper.
Yeah, Rabbit. Well, Rabbit was his nickname, but was known as that more than anything. There's also someone there, Curly Armstrong, Mason Plumlee, Tom's favorite player.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
He's a
I guess would
Detroit
all the
Pistons
Plumlees?
legend. Yeah.
No, I guess
yeah,
the other.
Miles,
Oh, yeah, it is.
Miles
Okay.
is there. Yeah.
Miles. Yeah.
Wow.
Wow, look at that.
Very cool. Holy
Mhm.
fuck! There's a lot of NFL players from there. Rod Woodson. Now there's a name.
It's stupid when they don't have the actual fort and they still name it fort. I think you
Mhm.
should have to get rid of it if there's no fort. Like Fort Wayne, the actual fort, they don't even have the fort anymore. It's like a replica of it because no one uses it because they ran out of Indians to kill.
So many towns in the U.S. with mount in front of it, and you go there and like, where the hell's the mountain?
We're looking
Yeah,
for it
it's
still.
named like Mount Tabor or something. It's just some shit from the Bible. It's Mount Gilead, and there's no mountain. No, it's just some shit from the Bible that we liked.
We have the opposite here because we have a Fort Calgary, which is a place you can go, but we're just called Calgary.
Mm.
It's where Nate
That's how you
played
do
when
it.
he was in Calgary with fun.
Okay. At the Stampede.
And the other Nate, he's also been to Calgary.
Nate Grandma?
Yep.
Yeah, he was there recently, I think.
What the
At
fuck?
the Spirit Halloween. He was also
he's been
his
everywhere.
son was near me. His son was at the Spirit Halloween in Springfield.
Ooh.
His son was inside of me.
He was there to see Homer.
Oh wow. Like Homer Simpson?
Mm-hmm.
Oh shit.
Yeah, he's a pretty famous guy.
I don't know if they fucked with each other like that.
Yeah, there's
That's
there's
kinda
actually a
dope.
Homer Simpson and a Bart Simpson in every Springfield in the United States.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, there's
That's
so many
interesting.
of
I didn't
them.
know that. Yeah.
Springfield,
that's-
Ohio, they have their own Homer Simpson, and
Oh, okay.
yeah, and they have an Evergreen Terrace in every single city like that. And there's
Mhm.
a family, and they're all yellow.
Wait, is that like the band?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, that's what
Interesting.
Coldplay was singing about. It was all yellow.
Yeah, it was all yellow. It was about The Simpsons.
Yeah.
Oh, fucking
Just watch.
singing. This is I want to talk about this today. I've been trolled at work by this fucking tin basher who's like the guys that put up the ducks.
Hey, don't call them. Oh.
Yeah, because they just bash on the tin all day. It's loud as fuck, so I have to wear like earplug hearing protection all day, which is annoying. But this
you
guy,
say they're a tin man and they're a friend of Dorothy.
Ooh, yeah.
This guy 3 times in the last 2 days that we've noticed has talked about how he was able to finally convince his girlfriend to let him fuck her ass, and he keeps like bragging about it to all of his coworkers, which is so uncouth. But
come
But
on.
he's been doing this troll, which is like such a good troll that like I'm pissed off because it's been irritating me for 2 days. But like game recognized game, where he just keeps fucking yelling out of nowhere, "Freeze! Resting all day the best of it about you," like the Even Flow by Pearl Jam. But he doesn't do the whole line. He just goes, "Freeze!" And so you finish it in your head, and it gets stuck in your fucking head. And he did that for 2 days straight. And yesterday he was also doing
Someone did it to him. That's why
I'm falling even more in love with you. It's like just as soon as you would forget that this was like stuck in your head, you would just hear, "I'm falling even more in love with you."
Oh man,
That's weird.
Yeah, it is.
Like the connection between those two things is just guys with really gruff voices, I guess, is what he likes.
Yeah.
Like he could do Creed.
I mean, maybe that's just what he heard on the radio. Like,
it's only guys who sound like they were gargling something before they
Mhm.
recorded vocals.
I think it sounds nice.
Yeah, very bizarre, but that's like a good troll that you can do with your friends and family, or like on your podcast.
I do that
Yeah.
accidentally anyway. Just
Play Baby Shark for your coworkers.
That's okay. There it is. Because like a regular song at this point, like would never get stuck in my head. But we listen to like baby stuff all the time. We have this little dog that like you can hop on, and it sings this song, and it's just like bounce with me, come on, friend, and bounce with me. And like instinctively, as soon as it starts, like we sing along to it and dance, and she loves it and she goes crazy. Like literally crazy, like she's spitting up and puking everywhere. It's disgusting.
I love when I love a song so much I puke.
Yeah.
Yep.
And but like I can just sing it. I can just say all of these things. I know all these, like she loves singing, so it calms her down. So I sing like if she's freaking out because, you know, she's just having like a bad trip because we're both doing DMT, and like I gotta calm her down and just sing to her. And it's like apples
that's
and
probably what being a
bananas
baby
and
is
over
like.
the meadow. Yeah.
Like for what you're describing, it sounds like being a baby is like taking a bunch of Molly at a show, and you're like freaking out and like you're trying to throw up and you're too sweaty. Your eyes are all wide. People are like, "Oh no, just calm down, just sit down, it's okay."
Like you have a kid, right? But you still have to
No, I
live
don't.
your life.
Yeah.
Well, I'm just saying
Stop
theoretically,
gaslighting
right?
us.
So you still
Yeah, stop
you
lying.
still have to.
I got
you have
scared for a
fucking
second.
kids.
I was like,
You
"Fuck."
have kids. Trust me. I got them out of you.
Oh, okay.
They'll be here soon. But like, you still have to live your life. So, when I wake up in the morning, I got to take my pre-workout. Well, I have to give her some pre-workout too, because I want her to be nice and strong and to be healthy as well.
Yeah.
And then, okay, it's noon. What do? Well, we go to the bar. We start drinking. She's got to drink too, right? I've got to live my life, and she has to live around me.
You're setting
and
her up a
adjust to my
DraftKings
schedule.
account.
Yeah, well, yes. Well, that's a credit card as well in her name. That's fine. Introducing debts, credits, and debits.
I've been warming it up for her.
She's going to have a great credit score. By the time she's 18, her credit score is going to be through the roof.
It's going to be at least 500.
Yeah, that's pretty good.
Yeah, which is pretty good.
Yeah,
Like it
That's
could
a
be
passing
lower.
grade.
is pretty good.
it's not too bad.
Like you can get a lot of payday loans with that.
Like shit, I wish I had a 500 credit score when I was 14.
Yeah, I
That's
didn't have.
my
I
parents
had a
helping me.
0.
Yeah, I had a 0. 500 better.
I just had those shitty school bonds my grandparents got me.
Those helped me buy a shitty car. So I do appreciate that.
I bought a ripstick with that money. When this came out, those things are all. I'm really good at a ripstick. If you guys ever see me around one.
What's a rib stick? Are those like the sticks that you juggle up and down? Like
No, it's like a
That's
skateboard.
a devil stick.
It's a skateboard, but it's got like one wheel in the front, one wheel in the back. And
According to many of the people that I know, it's considered the gay skateboard.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, the gay skateboard.
So
Oh yeah, it's got like
so gay.
2 sides on it.
Yeah,
and I guess
like
Yeah. Women and men.
They rotate. Yeah, but you can like
Michael, that's right.
You can move on it with like you can like pump or whatever. You don't have to take your feet off of it, so you can I don't know, just do circles in your driveway until you get dizzy.
Yeah,
it's a zesty board.
Zesty board.
The zesty board. Yeah, I think I would rather just have an electric scooter because you have to balance that and you have to do all the exercise and stuff.
I had an unfinished basement, and it was very fun to ride it around my basement, doing figure eights between the poles.
I'd rather have a jetpack.
I wish I had got a skateboard or something in college. I would have saved so much time going from the dorms to class. But I also remember seeing people wipe out going down the hill too fast.
Yeah.
It was also like, what you just had to carry that with you the whole time, too.
Yeah, you have to bring it with you to class.
Is it faster
Which
than
is
walking,
okay.
really? I guess it has wheels.
I think so.
I mean, anything
If
with
you're
wheels,
really good
right?
at it, it is.
Yeah. If you suck at it, sure, no, you're gonna
Some
fall,
people just
but...
fucking, they bomb through traffic and everything. They're way faster than walking.
Mhm.
If you have to like wait and cross the street 4 times, it's probably not that fast.
I wanted to skateboard so bad when I was like 6th grade, and like I convinced my parents to get me a skateboard, maybe for a birthday or something. But I lived in the country, so there was like no concrete. We had like maybe a 10-foot by like 3 or 4 foot pad, so I could like ollie and go like 10 feet. But I'd like have to get a ride into town to like actually practice my skateboard. It fucking sucked.
Yeah, that was a problem for me. I could just go up and down the driveway, and my parents wouldn't want to like drive me to the skate park and then wait in town for an hour.
My driveway was
like that.
dirt, so like I couldn't even do that.
Damn, you should have got a dirt bike.
We just simply made jumps and rails in our driveway, and we were like, haha.
Yeah, farm girls make do.
Don't want to drive us to the skate park? We're gonna make one and get hurt here.
Yeah, we're gonna skate you to the drive park.
Our driveway was fine, but our road sucked ass. And the sidewalk was like, we had all those trees, so it was just one of those sidewalks that like was just completely uneven everywhere because all the trees just rooted, like just pushed everything up.
They made it once 100 years ago and never fixed it.
Exactly.
The cracked, uneven asphalt that made your skateboard loud as fuck when it was riding down.
And then the road was just complete dog shit because Akron just has some of the worst roads in the U.S. But like I could do it on my my driveway, but like, you can't go really far. And then when I did skateboard, I would fall and be like, well, "Fuck this! This sucks ass." It was cooler staying inside, playing some video games.
Once I learned how to bail on a skateboard and not get hurt, it was awesome.
Yeah, but then I was just, I'll just play basketball.
Became balancing better.
I have a bike. I don't really need to skateboard anywhere. I can't skateboard like outside of my house.
If you have a good bike.
Moron on my bike. I've talked about it before. There's a summer where I didn't have a seat on my bike. I just stood everywhere. Fucking lingo.
Damn, that's a zesty bike.
That's a lingo right there. There's a trash picked bike with like 2 different colored tires and 4 pegs on it and no seat.
Damn, you got pegged by your bike?
Yeah.
I was good on that bike though. I took the seat off so I could tail whip it cleaner without catching it on my fucking legs.
I used to cum tribute a baseball card and put it between the spokes. And it would just spray cum all over. It would like vaporize the cum and spray it on all the other people.
I was that annoying kid that would fucking do my little nose, my stoppie, and then tail whip like 4 times really fast. I
The dangerous kid. No, I just had like a generic like $60 mountain bike from 5th grade until like I was 14. And then I was like, I don't want to ride a bike anymore. It's kind of dumb.
Yeah, 2 years till I can drive.
I stopped being bike stupid before I could have actually got really hurt. I never broke anything. I had a lot of times where I should have. Definitely.
Once I got on a road bike and with the skinny tires, and I realized how much easier it is to pedal with those, it was like, oh, this isn't
they're
as
not
bad
as
as I
cool. They
remember.
don't have shocks, dude.
Yeah,
I wanted a bike with shocks so bad, and my fucking broke ass family couldn't get me one.
I know what Chet means though. Going from like a pedal bike, like a BMX bike with foot brakes, to like a bike with gears. You're like, oh my fucking god. This isn't a chore anymore.
Just pedaling up a hill with like no effort. I'm like, what the hell is this? How is this possible? This is awesome.
Yeah, my bike could not pedal up a hill with no effort. And then we moved like at the bottom of a hill to get out. Like it was just 2 huge hills, and it was like, well, I'm done riding my bike for the rest of my life. This fucking sucks.
Yeah, we should make a zip line, a reverse zip line.
That's right, it goes up.
We should get a chairlift.
I fucked a lot of bikes up, but they were never bikes that were like purchased. Always trash picked.
There's always other people's bikes. Then I would just chuck them in the river.
Yeah. People just left their bikes around.
Yeah, people just leave their bikes around. They just put some like metal thing around it. You just have to cut through it with a saw.
90s money is so crazy to think about. People's kids' bike would have a flat tire and they would throw it out.
Yeah.
What are you doing? So many people had so much money in the 90s. I always think about that. I look at Best Buy ads and that would scare me to go to a Best Buy now and see like a home like speaker system, like an entertainment center for like $6,800. What the fuck are you talking about?
Christ.
Paying that much for a stereo is so crazy.
It's the same with those TVs.
Yeah, it's like stuff that you could get for free if you just waited a couple years. Like people want to get rid of those stereo systems because everyone just has like a sound bar.
Our economy is so weird.
The like the 70 DVD like player that when like that you could just like throw into like, and then it's like we have a home theater and you can press like you can type in like 45 and it's gonna play like Predator.
I had relatives that had those things and it was always so fucking like, stupid and they would never use any of it.
To a certain, but it's so impractical. And then as soon as the media like is dead, the platform's dead, which like happened a lot sooner than they thought. You're just like, what do you do with this? I don't know.
Yeah, my dad had one of those 50 CD changers, which was pretty cool because it was like having iTunes or Spotify. Like there was just like a list of all the CDs and you would be like CD 31. I want to play that. But then as soon as iTunes comes out, it's like, oh shit. Well, does anyone want to buy this off me and pay me like the $2,000? No.
Do you remember the cars from like made from like 96 to like 03 with the 6-disc changer?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
The one on the boot.
I had one.
Yeah, the one where you'd have to fucking stop your car and go to the trunk to change, like if you wanted to change the discs inside. It was all in the back.
I would just lock my kid in the trunk and have him change it. Like, hey, can you put in the other CD?
That shit was so cool. It was great to put 6 mix CDs that you made in there with, and you have no idea what's on any of them. I was Mr. Not know what the fuck is on any CD. They were all the same from like the same pile, and I have to look for them and look for certain scratches and be like, oh, it's this one.
I remember.
Instead of just labeling it.
I remember I labeled them like 1, 2, 3, 4, and like 5, and I like had memorized what was on each like CD.
The
and
Criterion
Tom. I was like, I gotta put like 1, but also like I was such a moron that like I didn't put them in as like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. They were like all just random in my CD player. So if it was like CD 1, it was like, I think it's in like slot 3. Why would I not just take like the 10 seconds to just like, 1 goes in 1.
All of them are just the same Black Eyed Peas songs.
That was me when I first started like burning CDs in like 6th, 7th grade with like Kazaa and LimeWire, where I'd find like 3 songs that I really liked. And then I would make a CD with those and then be like, I'm bored of all these other songs. But then I still really like those like 3 songs. So I would just make another CD that had those same 3 songs.
Yeah, that was me in 6th grade. In 6th grade, I was obsessed with Yeah by Usher. I probably listened to that like 30,000 times that year. But it was on my Palm Pilot.
Yeah.
Bro, I had a Palm Trio. I love that shit.
Yeah, I had the Zaire 71, which was about the same year, I think, but it didn't have the internet.
I remember I was reading news headlines like while I was playing goalie in the intramural soccer league. It was at like sunset, and I'd be like, "Oh, this is happening." On my Palm Trio, very cool.
The Iraqi surge is going very well.
Oh, good. We'll be out of there soon.
My friend Stefano in high school, I think it was like his parents' like Honda Astro minivan, but it only had a cassette player, and he like desperately wanted it to have CDs, so he got like a 5 CD changer boombox and the adapter so you could plug it into the cigarette lighter, and then he just had it like seat buckled back into like the back of his back seat. So if you wanted to change the CD, you had to like stop and like turn around and go in there.
People don't realize how important it is. Like, you can't just put a boombox in a car and expect it to sound like car audio. All those speakers are in very like important places.
Yeah.
I had to do that with one of my cars with just like a Walkman CD player, and it was just in the dash. And like I had it connected through the tape deck, and it had like the aux cord connected, and that's how I would play because it didn't have a CD player. And I was just like, man, I'm not listening to the radio, and like this is all I've got.
Those were cool. Yeah, my first car had a tape deck, and I think I had one of those, but I also had a bunch of tapes that I would get like from free boxes and at tag sales and stuff. Like you can find copies of old albums on tape because people don't buy them like vinyl, or they don't sell them at Goodwill. They just give them away. So I had like the Kinks on there, and like The Smiths, The Queen is Dead on cassette,
Nice.
and I would go through those.
The problem with the cassettes was like the CDs, I could just fit so many songs and never had to like touch it, and like cassettes just weren't as long.
Oh man,
Like
when
as
you
the
got
CD.
something that could play data CDs, where it
Yeah,
like
we had 200 songs.
Yo, fuck.
Yeah. Once my dad found those out, that was the shit.
Mm-hmm.
Mostly because then I can get away with putting like one in and be like, hey, I listen to this song. And then there'd be like 200 songs on there. So you just wouldn't notice and it'd be like all my shit.
God.
We just listen to my CD
Yeah.
this time.
What the hell's the Bum Bum song?
Not that my dad would fucking, he loved everything.
Big Bird and Kermit are doing what? They
Bro,
wouldn't
I've
do
told
that.
you, that was like, so much shit still triggers me into like, you know when you hear like the sound of your phone alarm, but it's not,
Mhm.
it's coming from somebody else and gives you that PTSD moment.
Mhm.
I get that now if I listen to who else was on that? Let me make sure I have the right one. There was the Panic at the Disco. There's the Panic at the Disco album that was like the first one. I still like those songs, but they wake me up like that because my brother would play it in the car on the way to work at like 5:30 in the morning. But then there was
Yeah, the first Panic at the Disco album. It's very affected, but it's pretty good. There's some bangers on there, like whatever the lead single was, the big single, Closing the Goddamn Door.
Kryptonite by Big Boy featuring Killer Mike. The one where he's I be on that, straight up on that. My brother would play that at 5:30 in the morning every fucking morning for like a year and a half. Like max volume in the winter with the windows down, and he'd have a cigarette lit, and I would just be like trying to sleep on the way to work. So we had a 45-minute drive to work both ways. Each way was 45 minutes, and that'd be 5:30 in the morning in the winter. Hearing that when I'm like, I just gone to bed like 4 hours before. I'm like, oh. And even now, when I just hear that beat start, I'm like, I get like a stomach ache, a gas station breakfast stomach ache.
I be on it all night, man. I be on it all day. Straight up pimp. If you want me, you can find me in the.
That's good. That's a good stomach ache.
Yeah, that's a good one. It means a good poop's coming.
When we were talking
The smooth
before
streak.
about like people spending too much money on like electronics in the 90s, or just like an obscene amount compared to like what wages were,
Mm-hmm.
it got me thinking, like, have you guys ever bought a new couch, like brand new? Because I've only
No.
ever done like used in my adult life, but I can like remember as a kid.
but like cheap ones.
Yeah, like
Not
my
like
parents
a
would still go to like
actual
the
one.
furniture store and like spend a couple grand on a couch that was like
Yeah.
financed or
Oh, mine
whatever
too.
to like.
Yeah, my parents would do that too.
Yeah. We did that. Like, I think my parents did that.
That was such an
Twice.
adult thing in my mind, and then
For
when I
some
became
reason.
an adult,
Yeah.
I'm like, I don't care. Although
yeah,
Yeah.
No.
I would
I miss
love
our
to
last
never
couch.
do that.
Our last couch was one of those. Our last couch was from my girlfriend's grandma, and it's just one of those couches where you know those couches where if you have your shoes off and you turn horizontal just enough, you're gonna fall asleep like no matter what.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, you guys have been on that couch. That was
Yeah.
our old couch.
I slept
that
on
couch
that
was
couch.
sleepy as fuck.
Mhm.
Yeah. Those are my favorite couches.
I
Yeah.
peed on that couch.
Those are the best.
Yeah.
and then flipped
when
the
I was
cushion
laying on
over,
it.
and you never noticed.
Well, I flipped it over and I laid in your pee.
Oh, you flipped it back over.
We
Yeah.
got beat up over the years, so we don't have that anymore. But I do miss that.
Yeah, that sucks when you pee on someone's couch and then you flip it over, and someone else peed on the other side an hour before.
There should be a service of giant people with inoffensive sit-down air to break in couches for you to make it comfy like that.
Yeah,
Unfortunately,
I'll
the
test
only
their
ones we
sit-down
have
air.
have terrible sit down.
Yeah, well, that's the first thing I thought of was like Sean, but I'm like, I don't want him sitting on my stuff.
Yeah.
It's like
no.
poop.
Yeah.
I bought when we moved here. We had to get rid of because we had this like really. My wife had these incredible couches, still my favorite couches. They were like recliner couches, electric recliners, and they were that soft, like you could just sleep on it. Like as soon as you lay down on it, like that was you were out for the night. It was so comfy. That was my sick. Like I looked forward to being sick sometimes because I would sleep on the couch and it was just so comfy.
You could sleep on it without being sick, you know.
Yeah, well, not as fun. I mean, my bed was really nice.
Those overly soft, deep couches I associate with finished basements.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, for sure.
Mm. Hell yeah.
But then we moved into like a basement apartment here that was too small for it, so we just gave it away to like a neighbor in the building. And then we bought like this love seat that it was the only thing like couch that could fit down into our apartment. And then we got rid of that when we moved because it just was awful and the cats loved scratching it. And then we went to Big Lots and bought like a little couch at our apartment, and that was like $300, I think. And that was
Big
like our
Lots was
big
so
like
awesome.
splurge. And like the couch was fine, but the arms had no like cushion on them, so you couldn't even.
I
raise
hate
down.
that
Literally
It was
about to
awful.
say that.
Yeah,
It's the one
it
thing
was
I hate about
it's awful.
cheap furniture. Everything will seem good, then you sit one way and realize like my elbow can
it's
feel
just
wood.
bad. So it wasn't like a good couch or anything. So you can never lay on it and feel comfy.
Ugh.
You had to like double up on pillows and like blankets just to like. And it was like a little bit smaller. It was like a 2.5 person kind of couch, so you really couldn't lay on it and like be comfy. And then we bought this couch we have now from like Ashley Furniture, and it was like $800, and it's a electric recliner, and I don't really like it. It was like it's the faux leather, so the cats wouldn't scratch it, but Kiki's such a freak that she just started scratching it. So like it doesn't work.
You got to make it out of cat leather.
Yeah.
So that way they're like,
Think
oh
about it.
shit, I better not fuck
I'm
up.
about to. I'm telling you.
I'm gonna replace all of our couches with vibrating gamer chairs that are rated for under my weight, and I'm gonna break them all. I'm gonna
I'm
burn
thinking
the
about getting a
motor out.
Hoffrey couch and a Hoffrey bed.
Why did he get another fucking gaming chair?
I don't
It was
know.
less than a year ago that we watched the setup one, right?
Yeah, he buys multiple gaming chairs a year, and each one has more lights on it.
I had tears in my eyes reading the fucking 1-star ratings on it of verified purchases of how these people were just like, there are people that were like, I'm 185 pounds and this broke after 2 weeks. I'm like, oh, Outlaw's so cooked.
It looked
Outlaws-
thick though.
Outlaw's 415 pounds. No, it looks big, but it looks big for a kid.
Oh,
Like,
okay. Because I just saw
if
like
you-
a screenshot of him sitting in it.
Here's the thing, Aaron. That chair that he's in, because it looks like an actual recliner, not just a gaming chair. And it
Yeah.
fucking vibrates. Okay, here's the thing. That chair is $149.99.
Oh,
That's it.
Ooh.
You know
Yeah, that's
exactly
like-
what that chair feels like. You could probably pick it up and it feels like it's like 13 pounds.
Yeah, just spend the money on a good one instead of doing that 3 times a year.
I'm pretty sure he already burnt the motor out on the fucking massage thing because he had 400 pounds sitting on it for 12 hours straight the first night.
Man, gaming chairs like are such a scam. And
Oh my god, that's what I tell
like,
everybody.
It's such a bad idea. Like any
Yeah, the cheapest one you can
regular-
get isn't really good. It
Yeah.
it has a bunch of extra parts on it.
But even like
actual
the
chair
most
sucks.
expensive ones like are really bad. Like they're like what is it, like the Titan or whatever, like $400 ones, and they're so
Just get a real
they're
chair at that point.
Yeah, get a real chair. A real chair will cost you $100 and is infinitely times better. Like my chair,
I'm annoying
is
about how much I like
just
my chair. I
like
tell
it's a
everybody.
mesh chair, and I've never felt more comfortable sitting
Yeah,
in.
mine too.
Like when I would do those 24-hour streams and 12-hour streams in those ass video game chairs that just make you stink so bad. Like your sweat pools up and you're just uncomfortable. Your like legs, you can't really even walk after sitting
Yeah,
in
they
them
use
for like
cat
4
leather.
hours. Yeah.
Sweaty ass cat leather.
No,
They
that,
don't scratch
it
it,
is
though.
that it's that pleather that cracks eventually from your sweat.
Yes,
Mhm.
exactly.
It's hot.
And like
Yeah, it gets stuck to
it's-
you
It's
like
stuck to
Sean. Like, ow,
yeah. I
ow,
was thinking
ow.
the same thing. Mom, peel it. It's gonna
I
stick.
become one with my chair.
But like we would have those long streams and my legs would get all numb and like I'd feel like my ass would just hurt so bad, and I would get like different cushions, like just be like, all right, is this gonna help? This will be better. This will be fine. And
Bro,
like,
same
it just
shit.
would not help. And then
My
I finally
girlfriend
got
remembers,
this
I go
one.
grab a pillow and
it's
put it on the
perfect.
old chair.
Yeah, like this
Shit
is. I
sucked.
would rather just stream in like a dining chair, like XQC used to,
Literally.
instead of fucking doing an.
I did do it. Once
just a
my chair
gaming
got so
chair.
bad, I was in a dining chair on
Yeah.
pillows for a little
Yeah,
bit.
at least it's not lying to you.
And then also this one's
Better
not
for your
just
back.
so tall, like, and this taking up so much room and
Yeah.
I'm very
my
into
Herman
that
Miller,
gaming chair.
my Herman Miller's assembly date is 2009, and
Damn.
it is still perfect. And I even dust it. I blow it off. I blow the dust off the back and the bottom like once a week still as well.
Pretty good.
I got
Perfect
this
condition.
gaming
Doesn't even
chair.
stink.
It was Outlaw style off Amazon, and it was just north of $100. And
Mm-hmm.
within a year, the one armrest broke off, and I'm just like too cheap and stubborn to buy a new one. But I have been perusing Facebook Marketplace, and
yeah, that's where you got to go.
You need that Chris Person fund.
yeah, that's
I got
exactly
mine
what
on
I'm
the side
looking
of the
for.
road.
But like the cheapest Herman Millers on there are like $350, which is not bad. Oh,
Some people know what they have, but
Yeah. I mean, still cheap, like comparatively, right? Because they're usually like over $1,000. But
Yeah.
what
I
you
got
should
mine
do is
for
find
free.
a pillhead at an office job and ask if you could buy his chair.
Ooh, that's a good idea. You a
Yeah.
pillhead at an office job?
yeah, hit me up.
The weird thing about Outlaw breaking those chairs is that he's only on it like 2 hours a week because it's only when he's on the computer or streaming.
I think
Which
he's
is
on it
like
way
barely
more.
ever.
You know what
Yeah,
I
I
think,
think
though,
he's-
Alex? I think he lays out horizontally like a plank, like he does in that one picture, to beat off, because his toes point while he's coming.
Oh,
just
nice.
I think he's just like laying in his chair all the time. Like I think he watches.
Well, now
like,
that it massages him, it's
shit.
better for him.
Well, I guess that's true. I think he just watches shit on his computer as well, and like just sits in his chair and
Yeah,
like,
the
I think he's
hentai that his
always-
wife's cool with.
Bro, I
I
laugh so hard when people get like
she
a
made it
massage.
for him.
When people get like a massage thing like that and they overdo it, the next day they're like, I can't walk. It's all it
Yeah.
does.
They're moving like Michael J. Fox. It's like inertia. It keeps going.
No, they're moving like
But-
the Weird Al hernia song where he's moving like James Brown.
But I could believe that this 450-pound stinky man broke many chairs in
Yeah.
his lifetime.
He should just sit on the floor cross-legged.
How's he getting back up? Are you gonna help him?
No,
You
Brian
gonna
can
lift him
help
up?
him get back up. I don't know. Roll him over. Get some EMTs or something. Someone with EMT training.
A pulley system or,
Or maybe
like
just
a
keep standing up.
chain fall system would work.
Mm-hmm.
I
Brian's supposed to be his helper, but we know what he's doing.
Did you
Yeah,
guys
he just comes on him and doesn't help him at all.
Did you guys know that Alex might know this actually? Because I just thought of Weird Al and I remember something I saw last week. It came up in some. I don't remember how I got to his. It was on stream. I got to his Wikipedia last week. But this guy Frankie Yankovic, and I'm like, oh, this has to be like Weird Al's grandpa or something. They are
And
not
the
related.
accordion player.
They are not related, even though he's America's polka king and he's an accordion player.
What the fuck?
But they,
Yeah,
but,
it's so
but they
weird.
have collabed
That's
before.
wild.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, like they met later in life, and we're like, oh, we're
Mhm.
the only two polka musicians who play accordion.
Yankovic.
We just happen to have the same
Yankovic.
name somehow.
And with like the
'Cause they're
same
both, like-
Americanized spelling too, which is really like
Mhm.
Are they
It's
like
funny.
Hungarian or
Slovenian.
Slovenian?
Yeah, it's awesome.
The three most famous Slovenians, those two guys and Melania Trump.
And Luca.
Oh yeah,
I mean, that's cool, but I do think it's kind of messed up that his parents named him Weird Al.
Mm-hmm.
yeah. Well, he had a normal brother named Normal Al.
No,
Oh.
well, no, though.
Normal.
It's the thing is, yeah, it's Normal and Weird Al because his name is Weirdal and Normal.
Yeah.
Weirdal. His German pronunciation is Weirdal. Weirdal Yankovic.
Weirdal, normal.
Weirdal
Normal.
Yankovic and Normal.
Normal and Weird Al.
Norm Al is so funny. Norm Albert. Norm
I used to
Al.
have a DVD compilation of all the Norm Al videos, and it was just him doing bad and him doing Beat It and him doing
doing it really well.
like Mickey.
Beat
And
it.
he would just
Gangster's
try to do it.
Paradise.
He was just an impersonator. Yeah, he would just do Gangster's Paradise, but just say all the words.
Damn, this sucks.
Yeah, this sucks. I would rather just listen to the original. I thought it would be funny.
I'd rather listen to Eat It than this. I'm gonna
Yeah.
listen to Weirdal.
Yeah, I didn't want to listen to Eat It because the guy's fat.
Hey,
but-
Weirdal, you should call yourself Weird Al. Hey, you're right, kid. Thanks. Yeah, I was at this Weirdal show in 1981, and I told him to put his face in there.
It was funny that Weird Al, like, he made fun of every Michael Jackson song, and then Michael Jackson did Black or White. And everyone in America was like, what was that about his skin? And Weird Al was like, I don't know. I won't even do this one.
Yeah.
I'm kind of bored with Michael Jackson.
That video is hilarious. Norm from Cheers was in it, and Kevin
Mhm.
from Home Alone instead of calling
And
him Macaulay
Norm Al.
Culkin. Yeah, Norm Al was Norm from Cheers. That was his.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, normal.
That was that song like is significant for me because in one of our music classes when I was younger, like they made us like learn it of all the Michael Jackson
So
songs.
funny.
That's the one
That's
she
some
made
shit
us
that my
learn.
public school music teacher would have
Yeah.
done too.
And it was just like, oh, okay. And I remember thinking, like being super young and like being like, I guess this is like one of his bigger hits. Like, sure, this is why we're learning this one, right? Like, this is one of his best songs. And then getting older and be like, oh, this is like a song that, I mean, people don't really.
Yeah, it's like his 14th most played song.
like,
Like, didn't really
That's
hold
just-
up next to
it's like,
Thriller.
huh. There's some other songs that probably would have been better, but
Yeah,
I
like
guess
she
this
just
is the
remembers
one.
it, I guess.
Yeah, she just really liked it. I don't know.
I
My
always
third
got.
grade music teacher. Go ahead.
Oh no, I always got kicked out. Well, it happened a few times that I got kicked out of my 6th grade music class because we'd do Credence. Have you ever seen The Rain? and it was just like the teacher playing like an acoustic guitar, and like I was actually familiar with Creedence Clearwater Revival, so I did my best John Fogerty as we were like singing, and like rasped up my voice and shit, and she'd be like, "No, you can't sing like that. You have to sing nice." I was like, "No, that's what he sounds like," and then
That's what he
I get the
sounds like.
boot.
You have to pretend like you're from the Cajun country, even though you're from California.
And she was like,
Falling
"That's it, you're
even
going-"
more in love with you.
Yeah.
Yeah, that stuck in your teacher's head. No, I remember my third grade teacher getting mad because I had a kid that was way too big for his age that I hope is like 8 feet tall now, named Jacob, my Korean friend. And he was like me, where his parents would we all had young military parents, so our parents would rent movies that were not for kids and then watch them. And obviously you'd watch from the hallway where your parents couldn't see you, blah, blah, blah. And I remember we overheard our music teacher, who was also like in her 20s, talking to another teacher about seeing Private Parts or watching Private Parts over that weekend. Me and my friend Jacob were like, "We saw it too," and she was like, "No." All the other kids were talking about Space Jam, and we were like, "Yeah, our parents rented Private Parts too. We all saw it." It's so funny. And she was like, "Okay, we're not talking about this." She didn't want to talk about Private Parts with a bunch of 8 and 9-year-olds. It's weird. Yeah. God,
It's fucked up. Yeah, that's the type of teachers they had when I was a kid, unfortunately. I wish they didn't have teachers like that.
I wish they had teachers that wanted to talk about private parts.
Yeah, your parents have to tell you it's cool.
yeah. Parental guidance. They go cover your eyes. There's boobs coming. There's nipples coming.
Cover your dick.
Yeah. Don't stand up. Put a pillow over
It
there.
hurts your
pass a
sperm.
pillow.
It has yellow 5 in it.
Push your knuckle into it really hard.
Yep. If you beat off, your face will stay that way or something. Not sure.
Your hands will get hairy.
I always
Hands are a
wanted
bit
that.
cummy.
I always wanted that to happen. Just beating off furiously and looking at your hands for stubble.
I remember
Yeah.
hearing that so many times and just being like, "I'm taking the chance.
I knew that was
Taking
fake.
the chance." Like, maybe,
Bro,
yeah, it's like
the
maybe
same-
it's fake, maybe it's real. But guess what? It's not gonna stop me.
My illiterate millionaire uncle, the dead one, he would tell us that my uncle, that first of all, the millionaire uncle wasn't even blood, and he would come and say that my mom's brother, who had like strabismus and one of his eyes would like look the other way. He got it fixed like 20 years ago, but for most of his life he had like walleye basically. And my uncle said, yeah, it's because he would make his eye like that and it stayed there. And I just believed it.
Yo, yeah, no,
It's
it was if the
10 or
wind
11.
changes,
Yeah.
your face will stick like that.
Yeah.
And when I learned that was a lie, I'm like, oh, I'm never believing any of these fucking
Yeah, when
hand beating off, gets hairy
that's
shit.
what I'm thinking. Just picture me there, realizing that it's not, and I'm just crossing my eyes and beating off really hard. I'm like,
Finally get to enjoy myself.
Nothing will ever be the same.
Nothing adults tell you is true. I'm not wiping my ass anymore.
Yeah, I'm
not
brushing
wearing
my
clean
teeth.
clothes.
I'm gonna wipe
Not
from the
brushing my
back to
teeth.
the front, baby. Fuck you.
I'm not doing my homework. I'm giving myself UTIs on purpose.
Well, we get to
Yeah,
get
me
that.
giving
We get
myself
to
a
do
UTI and beating off and crossing my eyes and going, Santa might be fake. This sucks. The Pope might be not God's voice.
Yeah, the Pope isn't real. The Pope isn't real. It's actually just your parents.
Young little Michael, why are you so pissed off? All the encyclicals aren't real.
I had an experience like that where the Pope
Not the
came
word
by
of
in his
God.
Pope-mobile and then his beard fell off and then turned out it was just my
no.
fucking dad.
Yeah, so no one will ever believe
fucking
you.
asshole.
Pope Bill Murray.
Yeah, it's fucking stupid.
Oh, Bill Murray.
Bill Murray's so cool. I'm gonna put a Chive Bill
Yeah.
Murray sticker on my car now.
We love Bill Murray. We support everything he's done to everyone.
Yeah, I think he treats
totally
women
cool.
really
The
well.
women he
Yeah.
hit were annoying anyway. I looked into them.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, if they were
super-
dating him, they were probably annoying.
Yeah, super annoying. Dude, they were drunks.
Ah.
Being the Bill Murray defender.
Yeah. Dude, Caddyshack was fucking amazing. I don't care what he did. Wait, was he even in Caddyshack? Yeah, he was.
Yes, he was. He was the ground.
He was like the second guy.
I'm the guy who's going to bat for
It was him
fucking
and Chris Farley.
NFL kickers and shit.
Yeah,
It was him and
that's my guy,
16-year-old Chris
Brandon.
Farley.
Brandon McManus, baby. Chet's
We
kicker.
love you, dude.
Yeah.
Chet's
I'm
fucking
on the game
kicker.
for you guys. Rapist.
Yeah.
Oh, that's a molester.
Bro, they signed Aaron. If you probably don't know that lore because you're not an NFL guy, but the Packers signed this kicker that's basically a rapist, and nobody wanted
That's
him,
not
but they
good.
needed a kicker. but he kicked the game-winning kick this week and ran and jumped into the crowd, and they're all like, "Yeah!"
Yeah, someone
it'd be
told
so
him it was
funny
a
if someone
woman.
Pushed. It'd be so funny if they pushed him off. Like, no, not yet. We don't like you this much.
Well, they won the game. That was the big problem that Deshaun Watson had, is that he sucked at
Yeah, he
football too.
lost.
And then when he tore his Achilles, everyone like
snapped
booed
his
him.
Achilles tendon like a thong.
Yeah, I wish he tore his penis.
Yeah. I wish he tore his Achilles penis.
Actually, if he tore his penis, he would just get more massages on it.
That's true. Hey, if you tear your penis, it'll stay that way.
It's true. Yeah, if you tear your ACL, it'll stay that way.
Did you guys see the Deshaun where you can see his it snap inside the skin? Basically, you can see his Achilles tendon snap in the sock.
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
It's
nice.
it's really gross. You see all the weight shift and everything.
Yeah,
You can
Achilles
feel
stuff
that
is
shit.
like, because mine ruptured in 8th grade, and like that
Damn.
was one of the most painful things I've ever felt. And like
I know how it
I couldn't
ruptured.
walk on it for
Tom
like
was beating
2
off on
years,
his
really.
gaming chair.
Yeah, he's
I was beating
Cross-
up with my
soccer.
feet instead of my hands, so my feet would get hairy and my mom wouldn't be able to see.
I was playing soccer, and I was receiving a punt, and I just stuck out my foot and like to catch the ball in my foot, and it just bent the wrong way, and I just like I felt it, and like I couldn't put any weight on it, and I had to hop off the side.
Oh, embarrassing.
And this was like the 3rd game of the season, and so like I would just ice it and like walk and like practice, and then my freshman year of soccer, like I was on the freshman team because I just like couldn't run and I couldn't do anything the beginning of the year, and it was just like so like everything just hurt, and I was just like, well, I guess I'll just deal with it. Then it just went away eventually.
That's what happens
Maybe.
when you don't molest women at the massage parlor.
God heals you.
God heals your Achilles tendon.
Me not getting diagnosed with rheumatoid arthritis till I was like 21. I'm like, it's just normal to feel this much pain after doing anything. Everyone feels this
Fine.
way.
No big deal.
Yeah. No, I'm probably sore 4 days later because I played volleyball last weekend.
Yeah. Every
Like-
former athlete is like this.
Yeah.
Like you're only talking to a guy who's like drug seeking. Like a doctor. Like, yeah, 9th grade football, man. It was so fucking rough, and I just if you could give me another 90 days.
Bro, that's literally why I never could hang out with like the chronic pain support groups or anything, because you go in there and it's all just that shit where they're like, yeah, I wouldn't even need all these pills. All the fucking doctors didn't fuck my surgeries up, but they think they go to school and they think they know everything. They think they fucking know everything, and they fuck my surgery up, so I need all these pills now.
I
And
need
you're
them.
like, all right, I'm gonna walk out of here backwards. I'll see you guys later.
Yeah, some people can get away with that, like Fat He, where you can just like
Yeah.
fuck up your surgery or like fuck up your wound and they keep getting more pills. You just have to like not respect yourself at all or the people around you.
It'd be so stupid to get on fucking like opiates for a chronic thing like that. I'm sorry, I'll never do it. I'd have to be on the way out before I get on anything.
I
Otherwise,
feel, having seen
just
so many people
smoking.
go through it, yeah, it's like I'd have to be dying for you to like put me on.
I have a very high
anything
pain
that would-
tolerance, and
Yeah.
if it's not a clinical setting, especially if I'm just at home, I don't need anything with me. Just some weed.
Yeah. I'm going to ask for speedballs when I'm in hospice care
Just give me some beer.
Oh yeah.
That's all I'll need.
because I want to stay awake.
Some nice
If I'm in
liquor.
hospice, I want a fucking revolver with 1 bullet in it and a glass of rich and rare. And
I want a revolver with 6 bullets in
I
it.
want to.
One for me and my family, my grandkids, the nurses.
That's Polish
Everyone just
roulette.
pissed me off.
Yeah, Polish roulette.
Polish roulette's when you put 5 bullets in. You have 1 missing.
Yeah.
Chill. That's pretty racist. I don't appreciate that.
Yeah, sorry, Tom and Chet. If you can understand this, the doctor coming in the room to check the guy that the brain tumor removed. Like, oh my! I thought they removed the tumor yesterday, and it's just this Polish guy's head. He's like, they did. It's back to normal.
Yeah, I feel fine.
You guys don't actually have the Polish head shape, though. Thankfully.
No, I mean I'm
Not
only
like
a
my big
quarter.
ass.
If I'm a quarter, I think I'm a quarter.
Well, if you guys don't
I hope
know,
not.
I think you. If
I tested
Chet-
negative.
Chet, you might want to do this, especially since you love them so much. But I think University of Michigan does like a 23andMe thing, but they don't data scrape you like 23andMe. It's just like through the university. So you
Oh,
can
they
get
scrape my shit already. I don't
really
care.
accurate. I mean, someone's gonna have your data anyway, of course.
You
But
can have it.
I guess it's like
Spread it
the-
over a murder scene. I don't give a
I didn't
fuck.
have to do it because Andrew did it, but I did find out that I'm Portuguese and Russian this week, so that's cool.
That's
Hey,
what's
congrats,
up.
man.
That's why you can
Thank
read
you, man.
Cyrillic.
Sue. That's right. That's also I'm Inuit now too, so I can read Inuktitut.
You're in it, dude.
Is that before we recorded or was that on the pod?
I'm
was
Inuit to
before.
Inuit. That was before.
There's that post going around like a couple of weeks ago saying that you actually inherit your kinks from your parents.
Oh,
and
yeah.
parents and stuff,
Oh
which is
my
like
God.
completely made up, and people were
Yeah.
dunking on it. But like, I was just thinking, like, I am 1% Native American, so I think that's the reason why I love sitting on a totem pole and just having it gape my
Ooh.
ass.
Come
spreading apart. Just spreading apart your ass.
I also love putting wampum up my ass. I love
Also,
putting
like,
the peace
why-
pipe up my ass.
If your idea is like, oh, I got my kinks from like my great grandparents, like why would you want to be like, like they
Yeah, they
cute,
They
They
didn't
like-
have them back
They
then.
loved
Getting,
cum tributes. They loved gaping.
Yeah.
The only kinks they had back then were missionary sex and killing women.
Yep.
Those were the two you could pick.
why what are you gonna like bond with your grandparents over being like,
Yeah.
Yeah.
you both like you loved like looking at like
My great grandparents, their fetish was incest and having their great grandchildren come on their grave.
Yeah. I'm gonna be just one of those Tumblr people that just make up my entire. Be like, actually, yeah, I found this diary from my great grandpa, and he was so kinky. He had these big veiny hands. He wore all these rings. And he would choke my grandma and say, "Call me your dunderhead." I want you to treat me like shit.
Yeah, it was awesome.
Yeah, that's hot.
Yeah, I think all my my great grandparents, they had a daddy dom relationship.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
It was totally
of course.
consensual, and
Yeah, they also like my granddad would call my grandma Kitten and have her order him McDonald's and
Yeah.
DoorDash to his house when he was going through a tough time.
Mm-hmm. That's romantic.
Yeah, so it runs in the family.
You want to bring some McDonald's to takeout point?
yeah, fucking bitch. Want to take the fucking car seat out of your car?
Oh,
fucking lay down.
Speaking of vlogs and him being predictable, update. His title today said finally hit 200 wins. His record now is 201 and like 318.
Let's
And,
go.
The rest of his title said top 3.6K global ranked. How many people does he think is playing this
It's
game
got to be
still?
like
Bottom half.
probably
man.
less than that.
Globally ranked top 3.6K is so funny, bro. That's like doing like top 19% on OnlyFans. Like no one gives a fuck, motherfucker.
Yeah, they're probably 3.5K just by the time
Of people
by the
playing
time he put that up.
ranked on that, like it's probably like 3.6K people.
Yeah, that's
playing
what I'm saying.
I know,
bro.
like-
His record though, I'm like, that's a lot of like games to put in for this time. So I'm like, these are all
It's
rage
so
quits.
much.
They're rage
Yeah,
quits.
that's
So
true.
and then somebody linked this timestamped VOD after I said that, and it was like this is after his third pick, and he throws this interception, and his opponent's talking some shit after the pick, and he's already exiting the game, and he goes, "Kill yourself." It's so funny.
So fucking vlogs.
I've been doing that. Like I'll be streaming in the morning, and something like lags a little bit, and I start clicking my mouse and go, "Kill yourself."
fucking bitch.
Just talking on my computer.
I wonder why he keeps getting banned from online. It's
Bro, he
hard
also
to-
keeps hitting his little elf bar vape. He reaches over literally every 4 minutes and goes, then sits there going, like
It's awesome.
he's
Smoking
literally just
shit.
hitting nicotine and fucking going, like he's hitting the doober. It's so crazy.
That's what he wants to do. If you give him unlimited free time and no
Yeah.
responsibilities and no bills to pay, he just wants to lose at the college football game and vape until he coughs in a moldy room and tell people to kill themselves. And he's like not even having fun. It's like do
No.
anything. Like
No,
get into pills.
That's what I was thinking.
Like,
I'm like,
your job seemed more fun.
Like if he was shooting up heroin, that would be cool.
he's playing 8 to 10 hours of college football every day for the past like month and getting demolished still every day. And there's no rhyme or reason to anything he does. He just button mashes through plays like your little fat cousin. He's playing Rizzler ball.
It's
Yeah.
crazy to like dedicate that much time to a game that like even if
So
you were the
bad.
best at it, even if he's the best at it, what does that give you? Nothing.
Not a lot.
Absolutely.
Yeah,
nothing.
it's not like a competitive game. And
No.
in a sports game like that, they come out with a new one.
Yeah, like at least with Madden, like they have the tournaments and like the 2K has like the 2K league that like nobody watches. Like there's like content to be made, but like there's
Do you know
nothing.
why? Do you know why there's no content for that? Because guys that play college football games aren't consuming Twitch and they aren't consuming YouTube for gaming. They are
Yeah.
coming home and opening a twist or cracking a twisted tea open.
a six pack
And
of
they're like, I'm
twisted
gonna play some
teas.
games tonight. I'm gonna beat some fucking dumbass kid in Nebraska that's been playing for all day.
That's perfect. But like, why play that many games?
That's exactly why. Even if you're the best
for.
at college football, you'll have maybe like 600 viewers if you're the best.
Oh, not even, man.
Yeah.
I would be. So
that's on like
I
opening.
need to look.
That's like the first month it's up maybe.
Mm-hmm. Because even games
It's
like
dire,
that are
I know.
big, like even like Siege, beyond
Madden's
like
way bigger for sports wise, and it's still tiny.
Yeah, like Siege,
like,
the third
biggest.
biggest streamer right now has 626 viewers. Like,
Yeah, and that's after Jinxie and whoever probably.
Yeah, Jinxie has 34,000.
Yeah,
and so like
he's
of course
an outlier
he's
by far.
yeah, exactly.
Nobody else does
but
that.
like Siege, like as much as people like hate it and complain about it, it is still like a sport with esports. You can go pro.
Siege need a brain.
Sauce Gardner, the NFL player, Sauce Gardner is streaming with Travis Hunter, and he has 310 viewers right now.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
That's why I'm saying
Like-
Chet needs to link up with my boy Graham Glasgow. That he streams for like 51 viewers. Chet could play Counter-Strike with his ass.
Yeah, and some of it is that like COVID isn't going on. Like some people are locked in COVID and they're like, well, there's just like 100 million people sitting at home looking for something to watch. Like, no, everybody went back to work. So
Yeah.
if you're just
And then
some
it's-
guy just playing the game and you're bad at it and you're not having fun, like people just there aren't that many people that you're going to have a ton of viewers.
No, and then there's like it's 11, 5 viewers, 3 viewers, 2 viewers. And I honestly think some of these people are like watching movies while they're also playing this or like
So he's going to be
like,
a top 5
sports.
streamer then if he goes live. So kind of
That's when
smart,
if
actually.
If he goes back on Twitch. Yeah.
Oh, is he only live on YouTube?
Yeah, he quit Twitch for some reason. It's one of those things where it's like it's the specific website that's the problem. Or like the
Yeah.
game or something, and not just him telling people to kill themselves and like not doing a scheduled stream.
Didn't he get like a kill yourself ban on Twitch or something?
Probably.
It
I mean,
might
it would
have
make
happened, but I
sense,
think the
right?
reason he quit was just like out of anger, like "fuck you guys on Twitch. You don't
Yeah.
even support me. It doesn't even
Oh
matter."
yeah,
and then
that's
he
where
like,
people would like lightly talk shit about him and be like, "How's
Yeah.
the job hunt going?"
yeah, or he switches to a new website and it gives him a dopamine rush.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm fucking getting my life together. New website,
I
new
love that it's
account.
not even vlogs IWC anymore, and like the actual branding is just vlogs. It's so
Vlogs.
funny.
And he
But I
doesn't make
remember-
vlogs.
I
There's
remember
no vlogs.
because he also quit YouTube in the same way, where he was like, "You guys fucking don't support me, you don't watch my fucking shit, and fuck you, bitches." And then
Yeah.
like came back like
Kill yourself.
3 days later. Came back 3 days later, just like streaming and posting videos like normal. Like, yeah, I'm back. Okay, don't worry about it. So
Yeah.
Larry David quitting his job, and like
Speaking of kill yourself, I got a warning from Twitch on my own account this week for is like one of those you're not moderating chat good enough, and I realized I went and looked at the timestamp of the VOD, and it was people selling Outlaw.
Well, he already is.
yeah, he is doing it every time.
He's doing
someone
it every
says-
day, just with cookies.
Yeah, cookies and treats and
It was the same day I banned this one guy that said he wanted to get me banned, so I think he just literally sat around for 2 more hours watching me and then reported chat, which is really funny.
Yeah,
love
that's
that.
funny. Like that. That's especially difficult for one of those. Like if you're like a Destiny fan or something who's just watching shit to clip, or like a hee fan. You're just watching people to like put it on live stream fills, and then you just have to sit through Pick Rob for 2 hours.
yeah.
Oh, I hope lately they'd be watching 5 hours of just Google Maps. Like right now we're doing Find a Pontiac Aztec in all 50 states, and it's like it's the funniest
Yeah.
content 'cause it's like really interactive. But people come in and they're like, "What the fuck are these dumb fucks even doing?"
A Destiny fan just accidentally getting good at GeoGuessr.
Cool.
Yeah,
Good
there's
for
this
him.
guy I hate watch to try and get him banned because he's a mod for Hassan, and yeah, I know all the different types of trees they have in Russia.
I thankfully don't aggro any of those people because I straight up say like that is not my drama.
Is above our pay grade.
Yeah, I recognize those people. Like I recognize they have the same molecules in their brain that I have.
Mm-hmm.
Where they're like, man, I just want to spend 2 hours making your life worse and have no
I got it.
remorse about it.
Even if I had a problem with any of those people, I would keep my mouth shut. I don't want to get fucking mailed 1,000 crickets every day for a year or something. Like that's what those people do.
I know how evil people can be over just getting slightly annoyed by something they saw on the internet. I know.
I
know.
also know.
Yeah.
Real
So
mad
I don't want to.
recognize real mad.
They're trying to aggro those people over some incredibly minor shit. For
There's
like
a reason
no,
all of
benefit.
our ops can't hold a fort.
Yeah. And then not people who know how to seize on it and like start like digging through your shit and trying to hack your email.
Someone said that as like a joke the other day in my chat when they're like, "Is this why you watch Outlaw?" I'm like, "Hey, yeah, kinda.
Of course, that's why.
Sorta.
That's why when Outlaw was like, "I'm going to make a series on you," and it's like, "Oh wow."
But anybody that I think
Big
would be
deal.
funny in like the content way, if they're smart enough to like go toe to toe, I'm probably not watching their content anyway because they're not making funny shit. So it's
Yeah,
fine.
that's the thing. If
Of
like if
course.
someone has thousands of actual fans
Yeah,
and they're
too.
clearly doing something right and people
I have
like
nothing
it,
to
you have
say
to kind
about
of
it.
say like, well, people are paying the money and they want to watch it, so more
we
power
can't
to
do the
them.
same thing where it's like
That's
just
kind
stop
of how
what
I
you're
even
doing.
feel about like slightly more successful outlaw type genre guys like Peep. Peep's a weirdo,
Oh, yeah.
but he has a fucking following. He makes
Yeah,
money.
that's
off
why
that
like
shit.
I'll never say like they need to stop it because it's like, well, it's working. Like
about
they
Joey?
make money off of it. Like Joey,
Well, he already stopped.
Joey retired.
yeah, I mean he doesn't do anything, and like
He's
he's
uploaded
been,
like one video.
He
a
hasn't done
year.
anything in
Yeah.
like 6 to 8 months or something.
yeah, and like even before that, it was like maybe once a month he would post a video.
Yeah, but even him, like he got a pretty good return on it.
yeah. He was the guy that Outlaw looks up to. He thinks Outlaw thinks
I
he's
think he should do a
God,
fucking
like,
world
Yeah, like it's
tour.
not really funny to make fun of a guy like that because it's like
Mhm.
he is making money doing it, and it
Yeah.
is easier than his actual job, and
Mhm.
he does enjoy
Oh,
it
it's
in
so
the
easy
moment,
to make
even
fun
if
of
it like,
Joey.
gives him diarrhea. Yeah, it's like easy to make fun of him, but like
Joey also squandered it too because he's so dumb. He could have been way bigger.
I never got being one of the kids in his comments being like, "We got to turn Joey into a lol cow."
Oh yeah, no. I mean,
It's like no, he's got like they're funny
This guy's
clips of
fucking
him. but-
throwing up in his kitchen eating chorizo.
Yeah.
We're good.
Yeah, like there's not. You don't really have to.
we don't need to do anything.
There's
Well,
not a whole lot to dig into.
But that's like the whole thing is like you don't need to dig into anybody. Like they just produce funny enough content that it's like funny.
Exactly.
When stuff
Look at,
comes out, it's funny.
look at
and, like,
Braulio,
Yeah, you
post
have
it.
to
man.
look stuff up.
Yeah.
If you started looking up things about Braulio, you'd find nothing funnier than anything he posts
Yeah.
weekly.
Well, he did used to be a male model.
Yeah, that's
Used
very
to.
funny.
He
Now
does
he's a
have
female
excellent
model.
Yeah,
Oh, yeah,
he's hot.
he's got breasts.
Now he's a female model with breasts.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But even like knowing, like having this Wikipedia of knowledge of like everybody like that we watch in my head, but it's still like the funniest stuff is like the things they do and say. Like,
Yeah.
it's-
Yeah, like on their
Yeah.
videos.
yeah, like that's
Absolutely.
what's fun, and that's what's easy to make fun of. So
Like
you
I don't
need
care
to,
what they
be
like what their job was 10 years
Yeah,
ago or
it
whatever.
doesn't
Like that's
matter.
not funny.
Of course, I know.
I don't
it,
care.
But like, yeah, of course I don't care. But I also memorized it.
Yeah, I,
can't help it.
I generally know like what those guys' lives are like. Just so you don't have people in like in the chat being like, he doesn't have a wife.
Yeah, exactly.
No way, Outlaw has a wife. That's not true.
Or
And it's
when
like,
they're just like,
come on.
well, I kind of feel bad for Vince. I think he's a good guy, and it's like, well, here's the things that you did. Bye. All right.
Like, yeah, he got arrested for unlawful touching of a woman at
Yeah.
work. So
Just funny things they say, like the little stuff gets me so bad, and I think about it all the time. Like the other day, I was watching a really old Outlaw one where there's onion and chive in it, and he kept, or no, it was cheddar chive flavored something, and he kept saying, "There's the cheddar hive. I taste it. Oh, I got the cheddar hive now."
the
He
cheddar
read, it,
hive.
he read it wrong once and kept saying cheddar hive and acting like you knew what a cheddar hive was.
Oh, those cheese bees.
Cheese bees are getting
Ooh,
me.
this is the
The
cheese
cheese
bees.
bees
This cheddar
that they-
hive's so good. So
They're
funny.
genetically engineered.
And the
cheese
funniest thing is
bees that
halfway through the
create
video,
cheese.
He goes, "There's the cheddar," and then he goes, "And the chive." He realized, like, fuck, I've been saying cheddar hive this whole time.
We'll edit that out. Don't worry about
The
it.
cheddar
Yeah.
hive.
Edit that out.
Yeah,
Oh,
we'll
that's
go
so
ahead and
funny.
edit that out.
Yep. Check
All right,
out.
well, if you think this episode was the cheese bees, check out the Patreon.
Yeah, if you
Yeah,
want,
check
if you
out
want to fill
horrible
up our
types of
cheddar
bees.
hive,
Yeah.
patreon.com/
check out
Yeah, give me some cheddar.
cameo.com/outlaws_. Kidding.
We love you.
Bye bye.
Good night.
Bye.
See you.
Bye bye.
Peace.